incline. Every once in a while, not very often, but I will. Had a day off from work today. Been traveling since 8 o'clock this morning, I think. Holy crap. Went through a tank of gas. Didn't get pulled over once. I'll tell a little story about eminent domain. It tried. The city where I live at, every little town is called the city for some fucking reason. Well, the city that I live in, it's about 1,000 people-ish, kind of. Try to do an eminent domain on me. Tried. Eminent domain is where they take private property and use it for public use. They tried to get it for a road. Wanted to take 50 feet off my back end of my property for a road, so they can put housing out in this field that's behind my house. Is I got two doors, but they didn't notify me on it or nothing. They just came over and started fucking tearing shit up. What happened was in October of last year, they brought their bulldozers over and excavator and started tearing stuff up, right? They tore down about, I don't know how many trees they took down, maybe 7 big ones, huge ones, and then a bunch of sapling willow trees. They're brown. I looked them up. They're pretty expensive if you want to buy them, you know, to plant them on your property. But they tried to do that, but you know, I found out some information. You know, they were definitely doing some unconstitutional shit, right? Just stealing my shit, just stealing my property for public use. What they can do, I mean, it's legal, but the way they doing it was illegal because they're supposed to pay for it. You know, fair value, market value, whatever. They're supposed to do that, but they didn't. You know, they just came over and started tearing shit up. You know, I found out about it, and I was like, yeah, fuck you, dude. You know, so I went to the town meeting. Went to the town meeting and told them, no, they can't have it. They can't have it. And I told them what they could do was pay me for the trees. Tune of $60,000. Because, you know, I could, if I wanted to, could have uprooted them and sold them. You know, pretty fair amount of money. That was never part of my plans, but, you know, it could have been. And it is now still, too. Because, you know, I can easily do that. I got like 4 or 5 trees already growing back there again. Well, the thing, what they did was they trampled on my Fifth Amendment right, was the right to due process. due process. I told them that in the meeting. They were like, "Oh my God. I never heard anybody come in here and say that to us." Because they did do that in the past. The guy who owned the property before me, he had that one house on there, and then he put two houses on there to make it, worth more. It two pieces of property, and he was renting it out, whatever, helping people out, doing all this and that, doing the right thing, I guess, you know. And they took it. They took two off each side of that property for roads. They took two off so it would make it a smaller lot. For the road, I think roads of name is Locust and something else. I don't know. They're insect names. But yeah, they did that to him. But I was like, no man, you couldn't take my shit. You just came down and take my shit. Unless you want to pay for it. Give me money. I'll gladly give it to you. Gladly. Help me out and pay for the property. I never figured out how much 50 feet would have been, but they would have taken a fifth of my property by doing that. I don't know how much it would cost for them to buy it. I started to find out, and then I just let it go because they stopped. But yeah, if they would have had to pay for them trees and for the property, they wouldn't have been able to pay for anything else. Nothing. Government dead in the fucking water. Dead. Chipper.